Watching CBS 11 News. Not just what happens, what matters.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's an issue many parents are having to face. Should you give your child a cell phone? If so, when will they be old enough for one? CBS 11's Lauren Maxwell takes a look at the issues that parents face when deciding to get their child a cell phone for the very first time.
Well, most families get their kids cell phones to keep in touch and to know that they are safe, but most of us know that kids use their cell phones to keep in touch with their friends. You don't have to look much further than your local middle school to see evidence of that.
Hello, Moto.
Ever since the Anchorage district gave the okay for cell phones at school, these Romig middle school students have been happily talking and texting their lunch hours away. 13-year-old John Irick is one of them. He says it took a while to convince his mom he just had to have a cell phone.
I needed one, I wanted one, and I finally got one.
And it turns out John is not alone.
The number one way in surveys on kids that they get their cell phones is begging them from their parents.
Susan LeGrand is a child psychologist who says cell phones are a fact of life, but that doesn't mean kids or their parents should take that fact for granted.
Parents need to know that this is just the same kind of setting limits as anything else, like curfews or when you can drive the car or anything like that. You still have to set limits.
LeGrand gives simple advice on when you give your kids a cell phone. Make the rules very clear, and if they break the rules, let them know the consequences. Parents should keep in mind the age of their child. The very young may need a lesson on how to call for help.
We want to go through the safety with them. Here's in your phone is a helpful friends number beyond our number in case you can't reach us. This is how you call 911. This is when you call 911. You don't call them because we're late picking you up. You call them because someone's trying to harm you.
And for older kids, safety counts too. LeGrand says parents shouldn't hesitate to keep an eye on who their children are talking to.
Sit down with them and tell them that you're going to check who they have phone calls with, and you're going to go over the monthly bill with them. And if there are unfamiliar numbers that are frequently used, you want to know who those numbers are too.
LeGrand says cell phones are a great way to give parents peace of mind, but the phones can also be a teaching tool, allowing children to learn about taking responsibility and showing they can handle it. And when you do buy that first phone, you may want to keep it simple. Now, you can get plans with limited minutes that don't have texting or a camera built in. Those are all extras that you could consider adding on once your child shows they can use their phone